All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Are you ready for some high-speed action tonight? Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Road America. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League's GT3 series finishes out the season at Road America, a classic American road course. Big favorite a lot of these drivers. 50-minute race, and it is going to be wild. I love this track. It's going to be high speed, tight racing, and you better be on your game. We got a lot of talent here tonight. It's all going to be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, some GT3 series action hitting you in the face here today. It's the High Octane Racing League GT3 series, and we are at Road America. All right, hey, thank you so much for coming in. I am your host, Heath Johnson. I think we got a good one for you here tonight. Road America. Finish out the season in the GT3 series. Right now, we are in the qualification session And I tell you what, man, 17 drivers joining us right now, and I think it's going to be great. Already got some chatters in here. Michael Brooks, Richard Brooks, Felipe Granado. He's out there practicing or qualifying right now too, I think. Well, good to see my friends from across the pond out here. We'll take a look at the track here at Road America, located in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. A little over 4 miles in length, 6.5 kilometers in length, 14 turns. And really, I don't think a super technical track. I think it's a fairly no-nonsense road course, but I think it's a great one, man. Really do. Again, classic road course here. Again, say thank you so much for coming in, and I am your host, Heath Johnson, the broadcaster, commentator, and this is the final race of the season. This has been a great season, man. Really a lot of great road courses on the books, and I'm getting a lot of feedback on guys wanting to know when we're going to be doing the GT3 series again, and we definitely will. We're sort of in the works of trying to figure out what most of the drivers at HORL want to do, but nonetheless, you can rest assured that we will be doing some GT3 racing in the future. So where we've been here this season, of course, finishing out with Road America. Lime Rock Park started it all off, Mid-Ohio. Salzburg Ring, man, that was a great track. Watkins Glen, also classic American road course. Baku City, that's my favorite, one of my favorite tracks, man. It didn't really work out too well, I think, for some of these guys. Wall got a lot of those guys. Riverside turned out to be a great race there. And then Daytona Road Course last week, transitioning from day to night. That was a great one. And then, of course, Road America here today to finish out the season. So I'm going to say thanks to all the participants this season, making it a very successful inaugural season here in the GT3 Series High Octane Racing League style. About 6 minutes left here in the qualification session, and we've got now 18 drivers joining us. I want to say thank you so much for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. Look at that subscriber number, man. I love that. Seeing all those folks come in and join and stay here as well. Man, what in the hell we got going on right there? Let's fix that. There we go. Man, I don't know. It was a snowstorm or something back there. Blackout. Hey, thank you for coming in. Peace to everybody out there. Hope everybody's being cool to one another. And thanks to all my friends for joining in. Look like Michael Brooks in here. Richard Brooks in here. Man, what? That's some royalty right there. That's some Sim Racing Mania royalty joining us in here as well. Probably to root on their friends. I'm looking on the list there. It looks like their friends might be here. But, hey, thanks so much. Hit that subscribe button if you're watching for the first time and you want to get updates when races are coming up. Please share my videos with all your friends. And do not forget to hit that thumbs up button. I'd definitely like to see that. And if you'd like to make a donation to TurnLeftTV, you can click on the link up in the banner of the channel and make a donation straight through PayPal. We've got a great one for you tonight, man. Road America is a great track. Really, I think for even a novice road course driver, this is one that really does lend itself to some great racing. So excited about this race, and you should be too. Well, we had a great race last night in the Bushwhacker Series, and we're going to get back at it next week at Michigan International. Race number 3 in the 2020 winter number 2 season. No, we don't have 2 winners in America, although it seems like we do sometimes. Coming up on Friday, February the 5th. 90 laps at Michigan. That will be some 3-wide racing guaranteed. So stay tuned. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll take a look at the season standings coming into tonight. Well, I think we got figured out here. Nikolai Bezrikov is probably going to walk away with this championship. What do you guys think? Dennis Vandeven, how about this? 237. I'd say a tight little battle there somewhat between he and Alexander Mashkov, who's sitting in the 3rd position. Will Dunbar is 4th. Artem Shuliev sitting in the 5th position. Artur Vieira is 6th. So pretty tight battle there between the two of those guys. Luca Sinfner shown 7th. Dan Richter 8th. Adder Pontes 9th, and Ernan Gio is 10th. So that's the points coming into tonight, the top 10 anyway. We'll take a look at the full point standings. All 43 drivers. That's right, inaugural season for the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series, and we had 43 participants. How about that, huh? That is absolutely astounding, and I want to say thank you so much for your support, all the drivers that came out, all the folks that come in and watch the races and so forth. That is an amazing list right there. And, you know, the really cool thing, what I take with me even more than just guys coming out here is that I look here and many, many of these guys I know and I've raced with before, I've broadcast races with before, and they are my friends. And that right there, for me, is what I cherish the most from not only doing broadcasts but also being able to put on races here too. I am just honored that anybody would come out here and race with us and watch the broadcast and so forth. And this is just absolutely incredible. So 43 drivers joining us this season. That's great. So got about 1:20 left here in the qualification session, and we'll kind of take a look at that tower there and get an idea of where everybody's at. Getting some of my homeboys in here. Look at that, Thomas Goldholm in here as well. Guy's a gangsta. Michael Brooks as well. Richard Brooks in here. Felipe Granado, of course, out there on the track doing some qualification, I believe. Here's Felipe in that Aston Martin. Currently shown 14th on the grid. So Nikolai Bezrikov, the points leader coming into tonight. He has got a lightning fast time there, 2:02.270. My heavens. Sim Racing Mania gangsta. It's awesome. You don't scare me, man. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, you got a solid one, man. I mean, if you look at the list of participants here, we've got guys from Russia, Belarus. We've got guys from the Netherlands, England. We've had guys from France as well. We've got guys from South America, Central America, North America as well, Indonesia as well. We've had some guys racing with us from Indonesia, so it's been a fantastic set of servers here for us. EliteHostingUSA.com. Great place. Listen, if I have a race team and you paint me an all-pink transporter, I'm firing you. I'll tell you that right now. Take a look at the side-by-side here. Probably not a lot going on off to the side, but nonetheless, we'll take a look at it. Make sure it's working all right. I think it is. Looking pretty good there. Paul Holt finishing up his lap. Hey, again, thank you so much for coming in. Also, if you'd like to support TurnLeftTV, please go down into the description of this race and click on the Fanatec link there. Follow that over there if you're interested in purchasing some of their equipment. Please use my link. That would help me out here at TurnLeftTV. And thanks to all those folks who did, especially around Christmas time, man. Had a good Christmas, and I really appreciate that. If you're wondering what I own, I have the BMW GT2 wheel rim, the DD1 wheelbase. Got the shifter, of course, and then the V3 inverted pedals, and I absolutely love it. The pedals are what started it all off for me. I bought the pedals, replaced my old, the G27, and did the G27 wheel for a while and used the Fanatec pedals, and then decided to pony up the money and purchase the wheelbase and wheel rim and the shifter, and absolutely love it. So again, please help me out and click on that link. Follow that over to the Fanatec website. Give those guys a look. Also, if you're interested, that usahosting.com, elitehostingusa.com link is down in the description of the race as well. And again, thank you for coming in. Got a good one for you. And I think, man, I'm not sure who I'm going to pick to win this race. Bezrikov's looks like a likely candidate, but that's the low-hanging fruit, so to speak, on the tree. So we'll look at the session results here from qualifications. Nikolai Bezrikov, 202.270. Paul Holt, second, 202.536. Dennis Vandeven qualifies in the third position. Dmitry Buksha qualifies fourth. Richie Tapple qualifies in the fifth position. A lot of Corvettes up there in that top five. Three of the top five Corvettes. Artur Vieta in a BMW qualifies sixth. Lucas Sinfner in the Radical is seventh. Paul Brown, eighth. Stephen Miller, ninth. Will Dunbar qualifies in the 10th position. Dan Richter qualifies 11th. Antti Rossi qualifies 12th. Felipe Granado in the 13th position. Artem Shuliev in that BMW qualifies in the 14th position. Sergei Butsev qualifies 15th in the Porsche. Lauren Stopworth 16th. Ted Mosier in the Audi qualifies in the 17th position. And Alexander Meshkov qualifies in the 18th position in the BMW. So that's the qualification results right now in the warm-up session. Look at our other side-by-side view. Working on a couple side-by-side. If you're interested in some comics, please give ZiaComics.com a look. Your nerd headquarters. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. All things comic. Games, action figures, comic books. You name it, these guys have it. ZiaComics.com is your nerd headquarters. Thomas liked that, man. He's a little bit of a nerd. When I say a little bit of a nerd, I mean a lot of a nerd. So I guess I'm getting badgered here a little bit. Look at that. I'm getting badgered in the chat there a little bit, getting picked on. So about 3 minutes left here in the warm-up session. We're going to get after it. And again, don't forget, coming up on Friday, the 2020 Winter Season number 2, race number 3 in the High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series, Michigan. What a great track, man. You're going to see some excellent, excellent racing there. Michigan Internationals, race number 3, 90 laps. A little bit longer race than what we have been doing, so it's going to be a good one. That's coming up live right here on TurnLeftTV. So about a little under 2 minutes before we get the command to start the engines. 19 drivers joining us. And again, this is the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. The final race of the season. Road America. 50-minute race. 4-mile road course located in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. All right, boys and girls, that time. It is that time. Road America in the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. Final race. This is going to be a great one here. 50-minute race from this classic American road course. So we'll take a look at the starting order here as these guys are starting to join the grid here. The starting order tonight. Nikolai Bezrikov starts in P1. Paul Holt in the Vet starts in second. Dennis Vandeven third. Dmitry Buksha in the Audi starts in the fourth position. In fifth is Richie Tapple. Artur Vieira in the sixth position. Lucas Sinfner starts in seventh. Paul Brown will start in the eighth position in that Corvette. In ninth is Stephen Miller in the Audi. Will Dunbar in the Corvette starts in the 10th position. Dan Richter in the McLaren starts in the 11th spot. Andy Rossi starts in 12th. Felipe Granado in the Bentley starts in the 13th position. Artem Shuleyev 14th. Sergei Butsev in the Porsche starts 15th. And Lawrence Stoppelworth in the Aston Martin starts in his 16th position. In 17th is Ted Mosier. Starting in the 18th position is Alexander Meshkov. Georgi Aratunian starts in the 19th position. And that will round out the field here. So we got a great one for you tonight. Why do I say that about every one of them? Because they're all great. So this pace lap is fast, man. These guys got to be on the Johnny on the spot here to hold up or stay up during the pace lap, formation lap. So they want to get this bad boy underway, huh? All right, boys and girls, 19 drivers. And our points leader, Nikolai Bezrikov, leading the field to take the green flag here tonight. Forgot to mention that. Forgot to mention that the pace car goes about 100. All right, here we go. I think the pace car is winning right now. I think we're under race conditions as fast as the pace car's going. Wow. ODB, who did this track, we're going to have a little chat with him. Hey, slow it down. Definitely not Jay Leno driving that pace car, that's for sure. And who that is might be Ari Lyondike or somebody. Bezrikov's having a hard time keeping up with the pace car. Looks like. Paul Holt on the outside there in the Corvette. All right, here we go. That pace car is in. Woo, that thing was crazy fast. Here we go. Final race of the season. Dash into turn one here. Bezrikov, the leader. Paul Holt in second. Dmitry Buksha in third. BMW, Corvette, and Audi. 1, 2, 3. Paul Holt here now starting to challenge Dmitry Buksha, or excuse me, Nikolai Bezrikov. Paul Holt in the Corvette. Oh, man, it's tight. Right there, a little rubbing right there. Dmitry Buksha says, hey, you guys... go ahead, wreck each other out. Here's Dmitry Buksha on board. We're here with him. He's running in the third position. Paul Holt wanting to get around and take the lead. Nikolai Bezrikov hold him off, slamming the door. Oh, Dmitry Buksha, they're diving down in the Audi here, trying to get by, not able to get through. Good tight racing right there. 1, 2, 3. Dennis Vandeven. Oh, Buksha sideways right there. Dennis Vandeven running in the fourth position. Just behind him, Richie Tapple. A couple Corvettes. These Corvettes have been strong all season long. Take a look at Artur Vieira, also running that BMW. He's been strong this season. Take a look at Sergei Butsev and Artem Shuliev here battling it out. Good side-by-side racing here between the two of those. Shuliev here going to try to make this pass. Butsev in the Porsche going to lose a spot here as Artem Shuliev gets by. Butsev here trying to climb back. Antti Rossi. Take a look at this pass here. Antti Rossi on Will Dunbar. A couple Corvettes here battling it out. Antti Rossi in that black and white Corvette. Getting by and picking up the... Oh, man, that was tight right there. Antti Rossi had to earn that one, didn't he? The McLaren, Dan Richter battling Stephen Miller here in the Audi. Side by side up the hill, across the start-finish line. On board here with Dan Richter. He's on that inside line. He has the preferred line coming into the turn. Georgi Aratunian in the tank. The Bentley making some room and getting around. Lawrence Stopworth picking up in the 17th position. Dmitry Buksha here is hanging out. Man, I'll tell you what, he's looking to try to take a spot here on the outside line. Dmitry Buksha. Oh, man, I'll tell you what, that's some tight racing right there. He and Paul Holt may have had a little contact. Dmitry says Robin is racing. So he picks up P2. Paul Holt trying to climb back there. Just watch this. Paul Holt here trying to get back by Dmitry Buksha. Look at that side-by-side racing there. Buksha goes wide in that turn. He's got the preferred line here through this, but Paul Holt leaning on him a little bit. Good racing right there. My heavens, Paul Holt is... Oh, Buksha is sideways in that Audi, and Paul Holt takes advantage and gets by. That was a heck of a save there by Dmitry Buksha. Oh, we got a spin. Looks like Richie Tapple's come around. Richie Tapple's come around here. We'll take a look and see what happened to him. Got a little bit too much speed coming into the turn here. Richie Tapple in the Corvette. Just misses this turn, loses the back end of it, and backs it into the wall. But he does a good job of sort of avoiding that. Lucas Sinfner in the grass there to avoid. So now Richie Tapple back out on track. Paul Brown and Lucas Sinfner battling it out. Paul Brown in the Corvette. Trying to get around Luca Sinfner. Paul Holt makes that pass. Luca Sinfner now back to the 7th position. Artem Shulev and Antti Rossi. Shulev in the BMW, in the Soviet invasion. BMW having a battle with Antti Rossi in the Corvette. Will Dunbar just ahead of these guys. So good three-way battle here. Shulev picks up that spot. Antti Rossi back to 13th. Take a look at Nikolai Bezhukov, our race leader, opening up a little bit of a gap, 1.8 seconds right now on P2. Paul Holt in 2nd. In 3rd is Dmitry Buksha, and that has been a heck of a race between those guys. Take a look at Dennis Van de Ven running in the 4th position. He is about 5.2 seconds off the race lead. Got 2.5 seconds behind P3. Artur Vieira in the BMW is in 5th. I've said it time and time again. This guy does stock cars. He was racing stock cars last night. Comes out and does some GT3 series racing. This guy can flat out drive any car and make it competitive. Sergei Butsev and Alexander Meshkov here battling it out. BMW versus Porsche. BMW of Alexander Meshkov on the outside line as Sergei Butsev pulls off that pass. Now in P14. Meshkov here trying to climb back up there and get back around him. We've got a tight battle here on board with Sergei Butsev. Meshkov, I think, might take a look at Meshkov here with Georgi Aratunian just behind him. And Meshkov comes around. Oh, Meshkov hits the inside wall. He comes around. Not too much damage for that BMW, but loses a couple positions there. So Alexander Meshkov had a little trouble. Butsev now is trying to put some pressure on Will Dunbar. Battle down into turn 1. Butsev in the Porsche. He says, hey, man, I can drive this Porsche. I know these Porsches have had a lot of trouble this year. But he says, heck with it, man. I'm going to show you I can drive this car. And he now moves up to the 12th position. Will Dunbar back to 13th. Artem Shulev in this BMW continuing to put some pressure on Stephen Miller in the Audi. That Speed Details Audi has been fast. Oh, there was some contact there. Why we have that camera angle, I have no idea. Studio 397, I talked to those guys about making the camera angles the same on every car. So you don't have to cycle through 15,000 different camera angles as we watch Artem Shulev coming around. And there was a little bit of trouble there, I think. Take a look here. This is Antti Rossi in the Corvette, and I think he might end up getting into the back. Oh, he gets into the back of Artem Shulev and gives him a shot. That'll knock the hammer and sickle off that car. Speed Details Audi here of Stephen Miller. Oh, a lot of speed right there. Oh, Antti Rossi gets into him. That was Antti Rossi who got into him. Oh, in a big, big crash. Stephen Miller. Big, big crash right there. That may have been Richie Tapple. He got in there. Oh, my gosh. Richie Tapple, watch this. This is going to be a disaster right here. Richie Tapple tries to avoid, and we got a tire flying across the track right there. So Richie Tapple taking out a sign. My heavens. Did you see that? Look at this out of the front of Georgi Aratunian's machine. It's going to be an explosion right there. And you see that tire flying across the front of his car. And he gets through. Man, that's some stroke of luck right there. Watch this. Watch this in slow-mo here as this crash right there. Watch this tire flying right there. He misses that and he misses that. Oh, Georgi Aratunian. The eyes are smiling down on you. Armenian eyes smiling down on Georgi Aratunian. Alexander Meshkov here picking up another spot to get around Antti Rossi. Now Georgi Aratunian, or excuse me, Alexander Meshkov up to the 15th position. Right now, Nikolai Bezhikov is the race leader. Paul Holt in second has closed that gap. So that gap was about 2 seconds, but Paul Holt has run him down, and we've got a race for P1. So some good battling here. Paul Holt here now starting to challenge for P1. Bezhikov on the, he's got the preferred line here coming into the turn because it's a right-hander, so he's on the inside, and is Paul Holt going to lean on him a little bit? And he does. Kind of chops him there a little bit. All fair in love and war and racing. As now Nikolai Bezhikov back to second as Paul Holt takes the race lead in that Corvette. Nikolai Bezhikov in second now. Take a look at this side-by-side view as we're following Paul Holt, the leader, and then on board with Nikolai Bezhikov in second. So now you see Paul Holt starting to open up that lead on Bezhikov. So a great job here for Paul Holt picking up that position. 30, a little under 38 minutes left to go here in the race. These guys have to do a mandatory pit stop and change 4 tires and change to a different compound. Take a look at Paul Brown here running in the 6th position. Just behind him is Luca Sinfner. So get an echo here now. Uh-oh, that's because I got 2 mics on. There you go. How about that? Is that echo going on now? I don't think it's echo now. I got it fixed. So Paul Brown in the in P1, or excuse me, in P6. Artem Shuliev behind him in the Lucas Sinfner behind him. There we go. Yeah, I clicked the wrong button there. Sorry about that. As we were trying to do the side-by-side view and get both going there. I think I hit the wrong button. Here we go. Well, both sounds there from both cars, so you get that onboard sound from the car over on the right side, and then you get the car sound from the trackside view on that Lucas Sinfner machine. So I just hit the wrong button. That's all. It's all good, guys. Don't leave me. Take a look at Antti Rossi and Lawrence Stopworth here battling for position. Antti Rossi in the 12th position in this Corvette, looking to make a pass on the Aston Martin of Lawrence Stopworth, and picks up that spot. Lawrence Stopworth, one of the most level-headed racers out there on the track, man. And he realizes if you catch up with him, he is going to let you go. I'm getting bullied in the chat session right now. Alexander Meshkov continuing to move up here as guys are making some pit stops. Gets by Ted Mosier as well, picking up the 14th position. So Meshkoff here trying to bounce back from a little incident earlier. Take a look at Dan Richter here in our 8th place car, the McLaren, the lone McLaren out on the track. Artem Shuliev just behind him, so pretty tight battle there. Less than a second separate those two, 9th and 10th. Dan Richter, one of our drivers from Indiana, college student at Purdue University. Does a lot of stock car racing. So Shuliev trying to maybe pick up this spot. Take a look at Lucas Sinfiner running in the 7th position, the lone radical out here. One of our young drivers from Canada, 17 years old. And he is a great race car driver. This guy also, anything he drives, he makes competitive. So he likes to really do a lot of different mods, and he's a regular in the stock car series. And right now, looking great here, running in the 7th position. Oh, Dan Richter coming off track as Shuliev here trying to make a pass. So Shuliev ready to pounce when Dan Richter goes off track there. So he picks up that spot. We'll take a look at this. As you see Dan Richter go wide, gets in the grass, coming up the straightaway here, up the hill, and Artem Shuliev will take that spot in the Russian invasion. TurnLeftTV BMW, there we go. How about that, huh? Mark Vieira here trying to pick up a spot. Looks like the BMW of Dmitry Buksha might be off track. We'll see what happened here. Looked like Dmitry Buksha might have come off track here. Buksha in the BMW. What a nice looking car, really. And he catches that grass and then comes around. Oh, that is a hard lick right there for him. And he retires his machine. We'll take a look at this again. As Buksha, a little bit wide right there. And actually, he didn't get off in the grass. He just had too much speed and loses the spoiler. Very, very hard lick and a lot of damage. And he retires his machine. Take a look at this. Artem Shuliev here continuing to battle Dan Richter. Dan Richter getting around Shuliev. Well, I don't think that battle's over as Dan Richter picks up that spot, but Shuliev trying to make this pass. Oh, Shuliev does come down, back down pit lane here. So a little unscheduled pit stop. Or an earlier than anticipated pit stop. How about that? Antti Rossi here up to the 10th position. Go up here and look at our race leader now. Paul Holt opening up a gap on Nikolai Bezrikov. 3.5 second lead. We got a couple guys on pit lane. Ted Mosier on pit lane. So looking at that side-by-side view, Ted Mosier may have missed his pit stall there. He's on pit lane. Taking some service as Paul Holt continuing to lead. Richie Tapple and Will Dunbar, a couple Corvettes here battling it out. A little disagreement between the two of those guys, and looks like Richie Tapple going to come out on top there in that battle. Now up to the 16th position. Remember, he had some trouble earlier on, got involved in an accident, and he's trying to bounce back now as now Will Dunbar in 17th. So a couple Corvettes. The Corvettes have been really very, very fast here. Those guys moving up, getting another spot there as Dimitri Buksha has retired his machine. So we got one car out of the race, 30 minutes left to go. We'll take a look at our third place car, Artur Vieira. He's running in third. He's about 10 seconds back to the race leader. He's got about just under 7 seconds to P2. But just behind him, Dennis Van de Ven, and you see him having a little trouble there coming off the turn. So Dennis Van de Ven just behind, as we can, again, this is what I was saying to Studio 397. I want every single car to have the same camera views as you cycle through them. So that's the camera view that I'm looking for. But when we go to another car, this might be camera view 2 in one car. It might be camera view 5 in another car. Camera view 4. You feel me on that? I want it the same camera view. Come on. See Dennis Van de Ven right there, coming around as he is trying to close in on P3. So Dennis Van de Ven will say, there's camera view 1, there's camera view 2, there's camera view 3 in the Corvette. You feel me? Where's my audience at? Help me out here. So Dennis Van de Ven starting to run down Artur Vieira here. That's getting really tight. You're looking at about 2.5 seconds separating the two of those guys. Don't forget about Paul Holt here running in the 5th position in that Corvette. He came in tonight, and I felt like, just judging from the way he felt, he didn't really feel like he was on par with some of these other guys, but he was going to come out here and just keep plugging away. And right now, he's in the top 5, so looking pretty solid here for Paul Brown. 26.7 seconds down. Called him Paul Holder a little bit. There's too many Pauls out on the track. Michael Brooks adding in here. Oh, man, let's see. He's had some chat in there. They can't even fix the UI. You think they're going to fix camera angles. I feel you on that, man. I feel you. So what we say, the Corvette was camera angle 3, right? Okay, so where are we at on the BMW? So we'll start here. Okay, so camera 1. Listen, what is the purpose of this camera right here? Who in the hell would want that camera view? That's camera 1. There's camera 2. There's camera 3, which should be out of the back. There's camera 4. There's camera 5. Camera 6. Camera 7 in that car. You see what I'm saying? Come on. I want the ability to be able to get rid of some of those camera angles. I don't want half of those cameras. I don't need that camera angle that flies over the top of the car. And if I stop it on that one right there, and then when I go to a Corvette, I want it to go straight to that one. That's what I want. How about this? Felipe Granado in the Aston Martin. Let's see where his camera angles are. There's camera angle 1, camera angle 2, camera angle 3, camera 4, camera 5. So far we've gotten 3. We've gotten 5. We've got 7. Felipe Granado rolling up on Georgi Aratunian in the Bentley. Aratunian weaving a little bit there down the front stretch into turn 1. He's trying to figure out, play a little cat and mouse game right now with Felipe Granado. Felipe Granado here on the inside. Little Bentley versus Aston Martin action here. As the Bentley's going to take this spot, I believe. He's got this preferred line. Oh, no. A little bit of leaning on him right there. So some swapping paint. Rubbin's racing again here in the GT3 series. And it looks like Felipe Granado is going to pick up that spot. Now moves up to P8. Georgi Aratunian back to 9th. And Georgi says, hey, I want to try to get this spot back. And he's now down on the inside, so swapping out the spot back. Now Felipe Granado has to try to work his way around Georgie Abertunian again on board here with Felipe Granado. So they got to figure it out here, huh? Good battle right there. Ted Mosier in the Audi. Right now running in P15. We have got a car on pit lane, and that is Sergei Butsev making a pit stop, I believe. We've got our race leaders on pit lane. Paul Holt, Nikolai Bezhikov on pit lane. Paul Holt taking some service on pit lane. As we're watching the Aston Martin of Felipe Granado running in ninth. So our new race leader is Lucas Simpfner. Here with just under 24 minutes left to go. Paul Holt, long service here for him, and we see that with these, GT3 cars. You really have long pit stops. So we've got a slew of cars on pit lane right now. Paul Holt trying to finish up his pit stop. You see the McLaren of Dan Richter coming down pit lane as well. He's coming off pit lane. He's now back on track. So we see Dan Richter coming off. So, Lucas Simpfner still leading the field here, and he's getting some points for leading the lap. Valuable points here in the final race of the season. Got a mess of cars here coming off. We'll take a look at Dennis Van de Ven running in 8th now. Just behind him looks like Stephen Miller running in the BMW. Now Stephen is shown in the 18th position. So Lucas Simpfner has a pretty substantial lead right now in the Radical, but he still needs to make a pit stop. That thing is sliding all over the place for him right now. Richie Tapple out of the race as well. He's retired his machine. Not sure what's happened to him. It's like Alexander Meshkov also retiring his machine. Unfortunate for him as well. A couple starting to get some attrition here with some of these guys. That is terrible news, really. Dan Richter now in P2 in the McLaren. Paul Holt in second. Dan Richter might be playing a little cat-mouse game here, maybe with the fuel. I'm not sure. Paul Holt now in the second or in the third position is he's trying to close in on that McLaren of Dan Richter. See Dan Richter now coming down pit lane. So maybe Dan Richter has got to come back down pit lane. Maybe he missed his pit stop or his pit stall. Interesting second pit for Dan Richter. Very interesting. And again, Lucas Simpfner not coming down pit lane yet, so he might be stretching that fuel out a little bit. That's going to work a lot for you early, I think, but the more you do this, you're running on old tires, and the rest of these guys have come off pit lane, and they are on fresh tires here, so I got to keep that in mind. It's a fine line between making that work and it end up biting you. See Lawrence Topworth coming down pit lane in the Aston Martin, making his mandatory pit stop. So we're getting some more chatters in here. Flavio Rajo coming in here. Escofil Sanfreg coming in here as well. Paulo Chachalowski, Team Cha-Cha, in the chat session. So Dan Richter, I believe he may have had to serve a penalty, and he has lost some positions. He's still on pit lane. Maybe he just missed his pit stall because he's back down into his pit stall here. So Lucas Sinfiner now coming down pit lane. So our race leader on pit lane. Take a look at him hitting his pit stall. As now that race lead is going to go back to Paul Holt. I'm quite certain of that one. So Paul Holt now back to the race lead. As Lucas Sinfiner on pit lane. Take a look at that side by side. We're on board here with Lucas Sinfiner as he now trying to finish up his pit stop there. Long pit stop for him. He is eager to get that car back out on track. Okay, finishing up his pit stop now. He is going to come back out in the 6th position. So Lucas Sinfiner getting that pit stop finished. But really pretty good here now back in P6, and he's got fresh tires as Paul Holt leading the field. Right now about just a shad under 10-second lead over Nikolai Bezrikov, our points leader. Take a look at Nikolai Bezrikov in the BMW. Never count him out. Any kind of hiccup that Paul Holt may have along the way, Bezrikov will be right there. Artur Vieira in a BMW. So you got a couple BMWs, you got a Corvette, 2 BMWs, and then Corvette, 2 BMWs, and 2 more Corvettes in the top 5. Lucas Sinfiner in 6th in the Radical. So Bezrikov running in P2. P3 is Artur Vieira in the BMW, and he's got Dennis Van de Ven behind him, and that gap has stayed pretty consistent between the two of those drivers. Dennis Van de Ven in the Corvette, and he's got 3-second gap, so it's been about 2.5 seconds, 3 seconds between the two of those guys, P3, P4. So we take a look at that, just a little under 3 seconds there. So we'll kind of keep our eye on that battle there as the last 17 minutes or so of this race unfold. Paul Brown here trying to pick up a spot. So Paul Brown now up to the 5th position. He has now got some work to do to close in on Dennis Van de Ven, about 9.7 seconds. Sergei Butsev here in the Porsche in that 73 car. Off track just a little bit, and he's trying to right that ship. Stephen Miller just behind him. Sergei Butsev running in the 15th position. Oh, a little bit wide there on that turn. That car, there's some handling issues, I think, right now with that Porsche. Guys in the chat session, where it says the Porsche is broken. That's a shame. What a great car. Oh, hard lick there for Sergei Butsev. Butsev, a lot of speed around that turn. And we'll have to see a replay of this as Butsev carrying way too much speed right there. And gets it into the wall. Paul Holt, the race leader, and he is extending that lead. 10.4 seconds now. Paul Holt came to do 2 things: chew gum and win this race. He's all out of bubble gum now. He's set out to win this race. 15 minutes left to go, and he's got a pretty substantial lead over Nikolai Bezhrikov. We'll take a look at the standings coming into tonight's race. Bezhrikov 321, Dennis Vandeven 237. So Bezhrikov's definitely going to walk away with the championship. Dennis Vandeven in second. Alexander Meshkov, a little bit of a bad race for him. He has retired his machine in 17th. Will Dunbar in the 4th position. Not sure there's going to be enough point spread there. Maybe to maybe catch Meshkov. Artem Shuliev 5th in points coming into tonight's race. Take a look at Ted Mosier here in the Audi. He is running in 14th. So good to see Ted Mosier out. Just keeps plugging away. Ted right now 1 lap down in that Audi, running in the 14th position. Will Dunbar running in 13th. Want to get a good finish here. Hopefully, we got time kind of running down here a little bit on him, but he might be able to get a top 10 if some of these other guys have some bad luck. Got to take advantage. When other guys make mistakes, you got to be there to be able to capitalize. That's part of racing. Tell you what, here's a good battle here. Antti Rossi in the Corvette and Artem Shuliev in the BMW side by side coming down into turn 1. Rossi on the outside in this turn. He's got the speed. And he takes that spot using going a little bit wide there and picking up that spot. Now up to P8 as Artem Shuliev now back to 9th. Good pass there. Some late race change there. Givaldo Linares, one of our chat regulars in here as well. Good. How about that, huh? So good to see Givaldo in here. That battle right there tightened, man. I tell you, as Antti Rossi picked up that spot, Shuliev has not given up on it. So this is a great little battle here we're seeing. Shuliev in the BMW. He's going to be there if Antti Rossi has any trouble. Again, we'll take a look at this battle here between Artem Shuliev looking out of the front of his Corvette. Look at that. Studio 397, man. What is the deal with the bloom deal right there through certain sections of the track? You've got to be kidding me on this. Oh, God. There you go. Tighten it up right there. Antti Rossi had missed that turn a little bit. Shuliev right there on top. Oh, my God. This game is crazy. Good tight battle here. Real good tight battle. Artem Shuliev, Antti Rossi. Rossi had gotten around Shuliev. But Shuliev now wanting to try to get back around Antti Rossi. Back down into turn 1 when Antti Rossi overtook Artem Shuliev in the BMW. Now in the same spots they were. Shuliev trying to get by. Looks like he does. So Antti Rossi now gives back that position to Artem Shuliev. That is a great little battle right there. Take a look at Paul Holt. He has got an 11.1 second lead. I'll tell you what, we might have had a little bit of shenanigans here. Antti Rossi. He's that a little bit later now. Antti Rossi. Oh, Shuliev missed the turn. Artem Shuliev missed that turn. What happened to Artem Shuliev? He came off track. I think he just botched this turn and just goes straight right there, getting into the gravel, and he is absolutely mad. And I think he retires his machine. Georgi Aratunian is going to be there to pick up that spot as Artem Shuliev just missed the turn. and got mad and retired his machine. Paul Holt has had a great race with just under 10 minutes left to go. This 81 car is very solid, 11.4 second lead. Artem Shuliev retiring his machine. That is a shame. That was a good battle between he and Antti Rossi. Felipe Granado here, man. I tell you, he has done a great job. He does some stock car racing with us as well, and this guy having a good night here, running in the 7th position in this Aston Martin. So good to see him out. Lawrence Stopworth, another one of our Aston Martin drivers here, having a battle. Actually, he looks like he's letting the leader go by as he is in P11. Ted Mosier coming off pit lane as these guys coming around. Ted Mosier in that Audi as Paul Holt getting through there. Also, Lawrence Stopworth getting through. Stephen Miller keeps plugging away in his Audi. Right now running in the 16th position in that Speed Details sponsor number 42 car. Paul Holt, no nonsense right now for him. Things are pretty settled down now. Everybody's sort of where they are and hoping that maybe somebody in front of them will have a little bit of trouble. And, we got a fairly tight battle. I think we're looking at about 3 seconds here between Georgi Aratunian running in 9th and Dan Richter in P10. So there goes Georgi, and then there is Dan. That battle could be a little tighter here as we wind down the laps. 3 second gap between the two of those guys. 7 minutes left to go. Get about it, Artur Vieira here running in P3. He has had a heck of a race and a very good season too. The thing that impresses me the most, I've said this before, that he could really get in any car and make it competitive, is he's sort of a no-nonsense guy, man. He doesn't say much. He just gets out here and he's all business. And one of the nicest guys out on the track. And as of right now, he's a points contender in the Stock Car Series on Friday nights and a points contender here in the GT3 cars. Now, I would say any car you put him in, any series he drives, he's going to be in the hunt there to contend for a championship. Dennis Van de Ven just behind him in that Corvette, trying to tighten things back up here. Looking at about 4.2 seconds between the two of those guys. Dennis Van de Ven likes this GT3 series stuff. You see Artur Vieira out of the front of his windshield. He sees him. He says, hey, man, all he's got to do is make a mistake. I'm going to be right there. Get in his head here, and it's anybody's ball game at that point. Take a look at Sergei Butsev here in the Porsche. He's trying to bounce back after having a little bit of a problem there in one of the turns and losing some position. So he's going to try to get around the Corvette of Will Dunbar. Not for position. Will Dunbar running in the 12th spot. Sergei Butsev running in 14th. Those guys aren't on the same lap. Butsev is 2 laps down. Will Dunbar 1 lap down in 12th. Just over 5 minutes left to go. Good tight battle here. Not for position, but position on the track. Butsev trying to work over that Corvette. Will Dunbar there hold him off. Butsev trying to set up a pass here. He's a little bit faster than the Corvette. It's just a matter of trying to get around him. You got to pick your spot. And hopefully that car bites when you need it to bite. Right there. He's on the outside trying to find a way to get around. And that is fun right there. That's got to be fun for the both of those guys. Oh, there we go. See, it's camera 2 in the Corvette. God. So looking out of the back of that Corvette at Sergei Butsev running in P14, and he's down to the inside, and he gets around Will Dunbar, and now he's off sailing here. So Will Dunbar running in the 12th position. Well, that lead has extended. Paul Holt in the Corvette, 14 seconds ahead of Nikolai Bezrikov. Art de Vera in third, 20 seconds down. Dennis Vandeven. Cliff's in the chat session. Dennis Vandeven, 25 seconds down in fourth. Paul Brown in the 5th position. Lucas Infner having a good run here. He's running in the 6th spot here with just over 3 minutes left to go. So Luca, 47 seconds back in the 6th position. Felipe Granado and that Aston Martin running in P7. Pretty solid, quiet race for Felipe Granado. Antti Rossi in the Corvette. He has had a little bit of a few battles there. Running in the 8th position. Said he's going to be running in the Sim Racing Mania race tomorrow, I believe it is. 24-hour race, if I'm not mistaken. They're going to do Sebring. I believe that's what he said to me. So that'll be interesting. Check out. Hopefully that'll be streamed live so I can check out bits and pieces of that. Those guys do a great job over Sim Racing Mania. Good friends of ours. And, of course, Antti Rossi, one of the regulars there. He ran that Race of Champions event that they had. That was 8 hours. Okay, 8 hours. Thomas Goldwoman says 8 hours. But Antti was pivotal in running that Race of Champions thing, which somehow I found myself in the Final Four. I have no idea. I think everybody just left and quit and felt sorry for me. But I have no idea how in the heck I made it into the Final Four, but it was fun. Really cool day there, spend with my friends and so forth. So very, very fun. So good guys over at Sim Racing Mania. Thomas says if I stream it, I'm not going to stream for 8 hours. My heavens, man, can't do that. It'd be crazy. Well, about a minute and a half left, and it's all over but the shouting right now for Paul Holt. This guy, he came here to do two things, right? He's all out of gum, and he's now going to take home the victory, I believe, unless something drastic happened. How about that? I love that little chrome look on that car. That's nice. So getting a good look at that number 81 car. I've had a lot of fun here with the GT3 Series season this year. First ever for High Octane Racing League, and what a success it has been. You know, we've grown from about 12 cars to somewhere around 20 each race. So it looks like Paul Holt's got another lap in him here. Nikolai Bezrikov. Talk about a season and he has gotten a lot of wins, about 5 wins of our 8 races. Nikolai Bezrikov took home, and I'd say 4 wins. Last week was somebody driving in the same paint scheme, Roman Robetsev. But he's been pretty dominant, and he's going to come away with the race championship this season. And, kudos to him, really. He has done a great job. So we have 4 cars out of the race, still 15 drivers in the race. And Paul Holt on that final lap to take home the victory here at Road America. So what a heck of a run here he's had. And he had a pretty good battle there with Nikolai Bedrikov for a while, but it kind of wore him out. War of attrition. And took home, or got around him, and is going to take home this victory. Art Vieira running in P3, Dennis Vandeven in 4th. That's tightened up a little bit. We're down about 3.5 seconds between the two of those guys, but I think Art Vieira is probably going to be able to hold him off unless something drastic happens. So Paul Holt, one of our great European drivers, coming down the final straight. Paul Holt flashing those lights, and he's going to come away with the victory here at Road America in the 81 car. So great job to Paul Holt. A big race win there for him. Final race of the season for Paul Holt, or final race of the season at all, and Nikolai Bezrikov's going to bring that car home in the 2nd position and win the championship. So congratulations to him. Art Vieira is going to finish in 3rd. Dennis Vandeven will finish in the 4th position. Paul Brown going to get that top 5, so a good shot in the arm of that program in the Corvette. So Paul Holt comes away with that win. Here at Road America. A great run for Paul Holt in the 81 car. Was really excited to see that he was going to be coming out and racing with us today too. I know some of these guys sort of been hit and miss. They're going to do sort of a part-time thing, but man, he had that Corvette Callaway clicking on all cylinders today. Lucas Sinfner finishes in that 6th position. Like Felipe Granado is going to battle for the 7th spot with Antti Rossi. Looks like Felipe Granado going to pick up the 7th position. Antti Rossi 8th. Georgi Aratun is going to finish in 9th, and Dan Richter is going to finish in the 10th position. Lauren Stoppelworth will finish in P11. So congratulations to Paul Holt. Is he going to burn out any? I don't know if they do burnouts there in Europe. He's going to get that screenshot done, so that's good. Good little deal there. Maybe his girlfriend was over there off to the side. I'm not sure. Waiting on his buddy, Dennis. I'm sorry, Cliff. Dennis Vandeven, the uglier of the two. A couple Corvettes there parading around, so and congratulations to him. Let's take a look at the race results. Paul Holt gets the win. Nikolai Bezrikov gets P2. Artur Vieira finishes in the 3rd position. Dennis Vandeven finishes in the 4th position. Paul Brown finishes in 5th. Lucas Sinfner finishes in the 6th position. Felipe Granado 7th. Antti Rossi finishes in 8th. Georgi Aratunian in that Bentley finishes in the 9th position. Dan Richter in the McLaren finishes in 10th. In the 11th position is Lauren Stoppleworth. Will Dunbar finishes in the 12th position. Ted Mosier finishes in the 13th position. Sergei Butsev finishes 14th. Stephen Miller battling for the 15th place finish. Artem Shuliev retiring his machine in 16th. Alexander Meshkov said he lost his connection. He came in here in the chat session and finishes in 17th. Richie Tappel 18th. Dmitry Buksha finishes in the 19th position. The right screenshot up there before I hit the go button on that. There we go. Paul Holt taking home the win here at Road America. So congratulations to him. We'll see if we can't get him up in the booth with us. Let me do a few things here.
Hi, Heath.
And we're joined up here in the booth with Paul Holt. Got the big win in the Corvette today here at Road America. Good job. Hello?
Yeah, I couldn't hear you, Heath.
I was to say, we're joined up here in the booth with you. Got a big win in the Corvette today, so congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks. It was a good race.
Well, Road America is one of those tracks. I don't think it's really a highly technical track, but really lends itself to some great racing. You had a good battle with Nikolai Bezrikov for a while. Talk about that battle between you and the BMW.
Yeah, it was actually a good battle. I got almost past him, and then he passed me back, and then I had to watch my back for Dmitry Buksha. He was on my mirrors, so I had to beat the fence. So I lost some time on Nikolai, but I think he made a mistake in the right-hander. I don't know what the curve is. But then I lost. Then I lost him, and then I could drive my own race and gain some time back through Nikolai, and I managed to do that. So.
Yeah, I kind of wondered after the pit stop whether you were kind of watching that time, that gap there, and expecting Nikolai Bezrikov to start to close in, but it never happened. What was going through your mind there on that second half of the race?
Yeah, well, I made my pit stop. I saw that Nikolai had to make his pit stop as well. Yeah, I think he was on the same strategy. So full tank tires is what was the same pit stop as me. So I didn't worry too much, to be honest.
Well, congratulations. I got to ask you, are you going to be racing in the 8-hour race at Sebring in Sim Racing Mania tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely. I trained I drove 120 laps, so I'm prepared.
And you have now. How's that going to work? Is that going to be 2 drivers kind of teamed up and doing stints, or how's that going to work?
Yeah, our team is with 3 drivers: Tony Jans, Max Scholt, and me. And we're gonna maybe double stinting for each. So that's it's like 1.5 hour each, and then over the 8 hours.
Well, hey, good luck to you, and hopefully that'll be streamed live. I'd like to see that, and good luck to you at Sebring and your team, and congratulations. Thanks so much for coming out and joining us here, too. I really appreciate your support.
Thank you. Thanks for organizing again.
All right, man. Take care, bud.
Heel take care. Bye-bye.
That is Paul Holt joining us up here in the booth, and got a big win, and he says he's going to get right back at it. An 8-hour race at Sebring at Sim Racing Mania, so that's going to be an absolute amazing race to watch there. Hopefully it's going to be streamed live, and I know the talent level that you're going to see at Sebring with Sim Racing Mania's crew, it's going to be one that's just going to be mad. So he said he's got a team of 3 there, so they're going to do 1.5 hour stints, maybe do some double stints and so forth, so that'll be very interesting. Sebring is a fantastic track too, perfect for GT3 cars too. So I'm going to be really, really excited to see that race play out. So congratulations to Paul Holt. What an awesome-looking paint scheme, too, on that car. And Paul Holt, one of the nicest guys out there, a good friend of mine on Facebook as well. I know he loves his family a lot, and he posts a lot about his family, too. So I appreciate him taking the time out here to join us and do some racing here at High Octane Racing League and get broadcast on TurnLeftTV. Well, I'll tell you what, it's been a wonderful season, and Nikolai looked like he must have had to go. Not going to be able to join us up here in the booth, but I want to say congratulations to Nikolai Bezrikov, our points champion here in the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series, the 2021 winter season champion. So congratulations to Nikolai Bezrikov, a very well-deserved championship with that BMW team. Fantastic racing for him, and he was spot on. Guys were starting to kind of dial up the notch a little bit there to push him a little bit, but nonetheless, he did a great job. Got 4 wins this season, and really, kind of ran away with that points championship. So he did a great job. So congratulations to Nikolai Bezrikov. Well, don't forget, coming up on Friday, February the 5th, we'll be back at it with the High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series. 90 laps from Michigan International, race number 3 of that season. We had a wild one at Kansas last night, and I would imagine this is going to be some nice, tight, close racing, maybe even some 3 wide, very wide 2-miler here at Michigan, and you're going to see some very, very fast speeds. So coming up on Friday, February the 5th, it'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. That's race number 3 at Michigan International in the Bushwhacker Series. Tonight's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, the guy that just won this race is racing from the Netherlands, and this server's here in the United States. That just gives you an idea of how solid the connections are. And we had guys racing from Russia here tonight, Belarus, some Great Britain as well, Canada, United States, South America, Brazil, which is in South America, by the way, in case you're not wondering. EliteHostingUSA.com providing the server, and if you're interested in a prepackaged server, please give those guys a look. Thank you so much to EliteHostingUSA.com and Will Dunbar for his support. ZiaComics.com is your nerd headquarters. All things comic related, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. All things comic. ZiaComics.com, your nerd headquarters. Let's say thank you so much for joining us this season in the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. This has been great. I love GT3 cars. Really, probably my favorite form of racing is the GT3 Series, and can't really be any happier with the way that this season turned out. We'll definitely be back with another season headed your way soon. So getting guys trying to figure out whether they want to go right back into a GT3 series or they want to do some other sort of racing before they head back to the GT3 cars, but guarantee you we'll be back with that. Please hit the thumbs up button and let me know you were here. Peace to all my friends that came out here tonight, too. Thomas Gowom, Michael Brooks, Richard Brooks, Gilmar Peixoto is in here as well. Alexander Meshkov came in after unfortunate circumstances there of having to retire early. And we had a lot of chatters in here. Givaldo Linares was in here as well in the chat session, and I really appreciate their support. Escofil Santre in here as well. So good to see those folks come into the chat session and join in. And again, share my videos with all your friends. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, I encourage you to do so. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, there might be a little bell that you need to smash right there. Just smash that bell, and that way you'll get updates when races are coming up. And again, thank you for coming in. Share these videos. Encourage them to come out and watch TurnLeftTV. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you soon, I am sure. Well, congratulations to Paul Holt on the big race win. And that's going to do it for us tonight here on TurnLeftTV. I'm going to go have a brewski. Thanks so much for coming in, and I am out of here.